having to basically go half days and have to go home and literally sleep.
I don't remember the point that I stopped remembering things.
He was in the gray area. He was below 5 percentile in both height and weight.
I feel stupid. I can't study. I can't concentrate. I have the attention span of a 2-year-old.
This is JJ, a kid who has always had a sensitive stomach. He is allergic to most foods with animal protein, milk, eggs, and meat. And as a small child, he was always coming down with an illness or another. And then a few years ago, something really scary happened.
When he was 11, he got sick with pneumonia, so he was home from school for a couple weeks. Right after the new year, he seemed to be okay to go back to school, so I sent him back to school.
I wasn't feeling good. I was really lightheaded. I felt like I was going to puke. And so I went downstairs to the office and called my mom and asked her if I can come home because I didn't feel good.
So I asked my son if he was okay to walk home, and then I would meet him.
All of a sudden my legs went jelly and I literally fell to the ground and I couldn't get up.
It basically took me a good hour to get him home, which is only like a 2-minute walk.
I couldn't move them. It was freaking me out because I didn't know what was wrong.
No one understood why JJ had become wheelchair-bound. His condition remained undiagnosed for a year. During that time, he was homeschooled, too tired to attend class.
They tried to say it was MS. They just weren't sure, and they really didn't want to do anything at first until I fought and finally got him into Sick Kids Hospital up in Toronto.
When I got to Sick Kids Hospital, a lot of doctors, at least 20 of them.
They thought at first he had Wilson's disease. They knew it was something to do with the liver because the liver testing came back that wasn't normal.
JJ's multiple neurologic, psychiatric, and digestive disorders worsened. He was bedridden and almost catatonic.
I didn't want to do anything. I just sat there and slept.
He was close to death because I was told that stuff was shutting down on him.
And this doctor came in and took my blood, and then he came back and said I had a vitamin B12 deficiency. He was like, oh my God, they found a cure.
B12 deficiency is dangerous because you have a window of opportunity to treat it. And if you don't treat it, you're going to destroy the myelin. Okay? And sometimes there's no recovery. That's why these people are in wheelchairs or bedridden or die.
To fail to find something that's easy to fix is something you try to avoid.
MS is a demyelinating disease, and so is B12 deficiency. You can't tell the two apart unless you test for that.
It causes neurologic disorders, psychiatric disorders, can cause people to fall and break their hips, can cause them to have dementia, it can cause cardiovascular disease, cerebrovascular disease.
Repairing the nerve damage caused by low B12 requires high doses of B12, often for the rest of one's life.
At first, I didn't think it was going to work because, I was like, I'm crippled for life, just deal with it. Then I was able to start crawling and move my legs, which is, I was like, oh my God, I can almost walk, and I was freaking out. A couple of months, I was in a walker. That was pretty awesome.
If they've had damage for a long period of time, then they might not get completely better.
When I finally lost the walker, I felt normal. When I'm walking, I kind of lean forward, and my mom's freaking out that I'm gonna face plant. And
Very difficult to see a child to have to go through this, particularly, as I said, when it could have been prevented, and it wasn't.
But why wasn't it prevented? By the time anyone tested JJ's B12 level, it was 0, and he was very nearly dead.